Good morning, good evening, depending where you are today. I'm wondering how many of you are gonna join me today for my special report from the diamond trip. I don't know if I'm gonna see anybody. I don't know if it's actually going live. I guess it is. Anybody here? Can I see anybody? I don't know. Quiet mode turn on. I didn't do a quiet mode. Swipe left to reveal comments. Okay. So let's see. Oh, there you go. I see people. I see people, but I do not see any comments. So I guess Facebook changed something again. Oh, I think so. Oh, Heidi. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much. Now I see you. Facebook always changes something and we are kind of lost, right? And guess what? I'm hot again. Getting ready gets me hot. It's probably, hello. You know, good thing I have that fan. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. So good to see you today. It's just wonderful. Guess what? I was to the farm. Well, I wasn't alone, but we went to the farm and we brought the chips, and I have them now in a plastic bag so they would still keep the freshness, but the smell is just unbelievable. Where are the chips coming from? Well, from the trees that we are chopping down. Okay. Yes, I know, I wasn't supposed to. Yes, I know, you have to say that you have not been to a farm. I know. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm gonna tell you this, and I need you to really hear me. I do care, but I don't care if you hear me. I do care, but I don't care if you get offended. All I know is that I am making a tremendous difference in your life. We are human, so we tend to get offended. We tend to get upset when we hear something. But the truth is, you can get offended and walk away, or you can get offended and use that as your power, as your fuel. For what? Not for me. For you. And for what you can accomplish in your life and how you can affect the lives of people around you. The biggest takeaway from this trip was that the diamonds and the crown diamonds and the royal crown diamonds are normal people. Normal, nice people. Just as you and I. You have a choice of either going with it or not. And if you are making a choice of staying where you are, that's wonderful. If this is what you want, if this is what you desire, just stay where you are. No problems at all. And no judgment whatsoever. However, if there is this one thought on the back of your head, it's like, I don't really plan on being here to the rest of my life. I don't really desire the life I have right now. There is more in me. I choose to actually travel, and with my current situation, I cannot travel. I choose to help people, and with my current situation, I can do that. well then maybe it's a good idea to push a little bit more. And I will say about pushing, and I will give you a little synopsis of the trip that we took. At Diamond Retreat, you get a choice of doing different things. And I could have chosen to stay at the spa. I could have all day. I could have chosen to go and ski maybe and take lessons because that was provided for us, or snowboarding and that was provided for us. We did choose the tubing, which was absolutely fun, which really brought us back to the childhood. And we didn't have tubes. We had, well, whatever we had, right? We had different, well, we were creative at the time when we were children, but we spent all day long in a wonderland when we were children. And tubing with another fellow friend, and if they were not friends before we went on a trip, we definitely became friends after the trip. It gave us the sense of, or gave me the sense of security and just being with one another. Years ago, I told my daughter, Agnes, you all know Agnes, why nobody wants to do this business with me? And she truthfully said, Mom, who wants to be you? Because I worked literally 24/7. I literally worked 7 days a week, very long hours. But now I'll ask you the same question. Why wouldn't you want to do this business with me? Because now I don't work 24/7, although I do work many times on Sundays too. But then I have a choice of not working on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday if I choose. Yes, that's you. The treatment that we got from the corporate personnel and fellow diamonds was just unbelievable. Yes, they treated us as royalty, and yet this was a very humbling experience. But the highlight of the trip really was caving, which many of you made fun of, including Annette. Yes. But I tell you, that caving experience gave me such a synopsis of what we do. It's just unbelievable. And in my speech today, I'm going to post pictures later, one by one, because although we posted pictures, you didn't really realize what was going on behind the scenes maybe. Well, first of all, we had to take a 45-minute hike, not just any hike. We are talking a kilometer up the mountain. The snow is melting, so a lot of slippery slopes, to a point that there was ropes between the trees. And we all had fun, and we kind of, it's like, oh, geez, whatever, right? But what it took is every one of us watch out for the person in front of you and the person behind you. And you had to watch how you grabbed the rope or grasped the rope and how the person before you did, because if they slipped in front of you, you would slip right with them. And it's mountains, really high mountains. It was 8,000 feet up, okay? So just like in our business, whatever you do, I have to watch. Whatever person behind me does, I have to watch every step of the way. The challenge is when it's 7,000 of us, it's really challenging to watch everybody. That's where you come in. You beautiful people, that you can actually copy what I do and watch that person in front of you and the person behind you. So you watch the person above you and you copy and you tell the person behind you your downline. But that was nothing. So then we come up to that area and they have a kind of artificial tent made and we are like, ha ha ha, right? This is so fun. It feels like in the Himalayas, and it really did. And they give us harnesses. It's like, are you kidding me? What do we need the harness for? They give us, those overalls, those cover-ups. It's like, geez, this is going to be a great picture for all of us. Very flattering. I mean, we are making fun of it as we walk up. So then they give us harnesses. We are all in coveralls, and they said, nope, take them all off. Now is the harness time. It's like, oh, geez, are you kidding me? Can we put it up? No, because you're going to damage them. Damage. And I mean, seriously, we are still making fun of it, right? So we take off the coveralls and we put the harnesses, and there is the orange rope sticking out, and it just looks so silly because it's sticking out of your fly, literally. And then they tell us to take it and kind of wiggle. I mean, this was just hilarious, right? So why do we need that harness? Why do we need those ropes? It's like, what the heck? Well, guess what? You listen to an expert who've done it before you. You don't question it even if you make fun of it. You just do it because they tell you. And we had 3 guides. So, well, we listened to them, although we were making fun of it. So then we see this opening above, it's like, is that the cave? Yep. Well, how do we get there? By this rope. So we actually had to get there by the rope already. And it's like, oh yeah, they are just scaring us off, so they are giving a little challenge. So we have to climb up the rope. Okay, so I'm the second person in, right? And I'm strong in my arms, so I actually didn't have problems getting up. I was there on the top, and there was this opening. And I'm turning right, putting my right foot in, and I can't get my left foot in. It's like, uh-oh. Okay, so I turn the other way, okay? And I'm putting my left foot first, and then put my right, uh-oh, it doesn't go. What am I gonna do now? I mean, I look silly. I'm just sitting there. Everybody, including Jared Turner, Ben Riley, Todd Walker, Lauren Walker. I mean, the whole corporate world is there waiting for me to get into the cave because they are eager to go right with us, right? So I just didn't think about it twice. I just sat on the edge and literally just let go. And I went into the cave on my back, on my tush. And I do have, I don't know if you can see them, probably not. Well, I do have some, they are yellow already, but I have many bruises, especially on my bootay. I don't know if it's from the original, just flipping on my back, and everybody was cheering, okay? Everybody was cheering. So how does this translate to our business? Well, it doesn't matter if you go right foot first or left foot first, or you're back or you jump forward. You just get in because you have a bunch of people cheering you up and really want you to get there. And they are eager to go with you. So there I went, and I turned to the left, and I see nothing but this little opening, and they told us that opening, it's 20 feet drop down. I have to tell you guys, when I saw this, I was like, heck no, I'm going back. And then I looked at the crowd down. I could not let them down. I could not actually retreat, because have I done that, I don't think one of them would be willing to come up. So I took my harness, because that's what you do. That's what we had the harness for. That's what we had the clips for. So when I went to the edge of this tiny opening, literally, you just clip one at a time, you grab the rope and you go down. And somebody was in front of me, cheering me on and telling me that it's okay, that I'm doing fine. I didn't feel I was doing fine. But that voice from the darkness, because it was pitch dark, except our lights and the helmet. Yes, we had helmets yet. And yes, we needed them. And yes, we bumped the head. I don't know, 5 times I think I bumped my head. Thank God for the helmet. So we are sliding down, and the rope that we clumped to was not long, not very long, maybe 5 feet, and then you got to a stop and you had to change one at a time. Again, our guides were guiding us. It's like, you're doing fine. Guys, I did not feel fine. I was scared. I had all kinds of emotions. I didn't feel claustrophobic. It was the last thing I was thinking, although we were 55 meters down under the mountain. I did not feel claustrophobic, but I had a voice in front of me that I did not see the person, but the voice. You're doing fine. I can see you. Yep. Yeah, you change your clasp right there. And there we slid, one after another, after another, after another. What an eye-opening that was. It was not an easy walk. That was a 2.5 hours walk, or should I say climb and crawl on my knees. I've never been so long on my knees as in that cave, and everything was slippery. The stone was very polished and slippery, and my fancy boots that I got from my friend from Germany, they were not grasping, but they were surely fancy. I've never been on my knees for so long. And when I got out finally, I actually got scrapes on my knees regardless the knee pads we had. So although we had all the equipment, we still got bruised. We still got scraped. We still got tired. But what a journey that was. So every one of us is going down, and the highlight of this all was seeing this beautiful pool on the very, very bottom. And some people are scuba diving there. Well, we were not so we were not scuba diving. We didn't see anybody scuba diving, but this refreshing feeling of accomplishment when we were down. And then we realized that there's only one entrance up. So there we are on our knees again, and on our side, and sometimes you have to be very creative, and luckily there's a lot of stone there that you could grasp on, and we had gloves, thank God, because I don't know if you could see my hands after that trip. So we were going up, and everything was fine, and we were going as a team, one helping another. And then is the last piece, the one that I told you that is 20 feet drop down, except there is no footing available, like literally. So few people before me, they went up, and I see it's like almost 90 degrees, almost like literally wall that is way taller than me. We are 2.5 hours into climbing through those rocks, and we are tired. I wouldn't say I was exhausted, but I was tired. And now there is this wall ahead of me. It's like, OMG, what did I get myself into? Yes, it sounds exactly like building the business. It reminded me so much of this business, guys. And there is the wall, right? there is your goal, like literally to get out. What's your get out? I don't know. It could be star. It could be senior star. It could be executive. It could be silver. Could be gold, could be platinum, diamond. It does not make any difference what goal is. To me, the goal was the light at the end of this tunnel, because otherwise I'm going to be sitting in the dark with all the executives, by the way, because they were all behind me, guys. What am I going to do now? So I don't know if anybody took a picture of me or a video, because that would be the funniest home video, I'm telling you guys. So there is, if you can imagine, there is this rope going up and then another rope going on the side. So your job or my job was climb up that rope, and while being in there, change the clamp to the other rope, because that's your safety going out. And guess what? I'm on that rope, the first rope, and I'm like dangling, like literally, I'm dangling. There's like, I can't do this. I can't. I feel my arms getting so much weaker. I mean, 2.5 hours of this already, right? It's like, I can't do this. And I started laughing hysterically. And I think I needed that to gain my strength back. I started laughing so hysterically. And behind me, Jared Turner, Todd Walker, Warren Walker, okay, Ben Riley, and 20 other diamonds and crown diamonds and royals. They're like, you're doing fine, just move your left foot. It's like, I can't move my left foot. You don't get it. You can move your right foot. I can't move my right foot. Jared was pushing my right foot forward, and I could not. I'm telling you, I could not. I think out of the fear of losing my footing and my balance, I could not move my freaking foot, and I don't know why. I have no problems moving. I could not. I was just dangling for my life, holding on to that rope. And I did say the magic word. I can't do this. And I cut myself. Don't I hear this from my people? Kate, I can't do this. It was so vivid to me that this excursion, this adventure is mimicking what we are doing in every day. So when I said out loud, I can't do this, the second thought was, what do you mean you can't do this? Are you going to be in this cave to the rest of your life now? I mean, you're dangling. How long do you think you can dangle like that? And if you let go, you literally let go, and you probably are going to take all the people with you behind you. I took a deep breath. Like literally, I think the biggest deep breath I could have ever taken. With my right hand, and I'm right-handed, I grabbed the rope as tight as I could. I took my left hand and literally lifted behind my knee, so it was easier for my left leg to go a little bit up, but there is no footing. This was just a straight wall, guys. It's just like a glass. And once I did this, my foot actually did grab something. I don't know what, but that thing with just one hand up, it gave me enough strength to grab up to the rope that was going across. And once I did that, I grabbed the other one, and then I was able to clamp and switch the clips. Once I did that, and hearing the cheers behind, now I was exhausted. I was so exhausted, I didn't even turn so they could take my picture or just say thank you or whatever. I just climbed out. And remember that opening when I couldn't even get in? That was the easier thing to do. Now suddenly I got it out with no problems. I got my both feet in, and I couldn't slide down because there's this rope to go down. We were so exhausted, every one of us. I couldn't even watch anybody getting out. However, I noticed how many people were sliding down because you could not really come down normally. We all were quickly taking off our coveralls. Jared was saying, can you believe how real that was? Todd says, oh man, did we book a trip for you? So there comes out the last guide and she said, do you want a picture? We didn't want any pictures. We were already out of those coveralls. We didn't want the coveralls on anymore. We had to keep the helmet. And now 45 minutes down, right? Because we were up yet. 45 minutes down. Well, guess what? Now we really watched out for each other, because although we were going down, it was just as slippery going up, if not more. So it was very refreshing seeing everybody watching out for everybody. Yes, few people fell, luckily not far, but they fell. But the 2/3 of the road, we were like close to running. We had no issues. We didn't need any ropes. We were light and running kind of down. I think we did it like in 15 minutes, or it seems so. Why am I telling you this? Because had I known what is ahead of me, I would have never done it. I would have never booked this caving. I do experience fear of heights, and to pass that, I went many times already into the mountains and hiking, because in order to overcome your fear, you just have to do it, right? So I have to tell you, I wasn't as scared of hiking anymore, but caving like that, had I known what's ahead of me, I would have never done it. But now, knowing what it was, and the feeling that we had every step of the way and out, I'm gonna do it over and over and over again. There is no better feeling of this closeness, of this security that each other really gave me, and I'm sure I give to every other person there. I believe I was the oldest person in our group, but I don't think it mattered anyways. I went in and I got out just like everybody else. I don't think I have a feeling of accomplishment as such. I have a feeling of freedom from this. The accomplishment is speaking to you today. And although I do care that you don't get upset with me, if you do, go ahead, because you might need that experience, but then come back and listen to a person who've done it before. If you feel that you need to discover a new way, go ahead. If you really need to fall and go back on the track, go ahead. Listen to a person who've done it before you. And I have to tell you how humbling the whole experience was. You all know Dr. Ali Winker, right? Ellen, Dr. Winker's wife, came up to me, hugged me, and said, Kate, you are my hero. You are my hero, and I watch you. I follow you all the time. And I was like, you? You follow me? Who am I? I'm just this, maybe not so little, but Kate. I'm just this Kate that came with $140 in my pocket, just like majority of my downline in Chicago. They came as immigrants with nothing or close to nothing, or like my new line in Philippines that they don't have much. They are just people with daily struggles. You, the wife of that big doctor, you are watching me. You are actually following me? And she said, yes, because I know what it takes. I am an immigrant myself, and I admire you. And I have to tell you guys, when she said that, I don't know what, but some kind of a wall in front of me just crumbled. We all have that wall. A wall of, am I good enough? Can I do it? Well, yeah, that's good for her, but not for me. Well, yes, you can. Yes, you may. And you are an inspiration to somebody. And even if it's one person, one, that's all is needed to change the world. We made friends with many diamonds, and one of them have 27 diamonds under them, 8 crowns, and I forgot how many royals. And I was thinking, man, I think we have like 27 silvers and like 7 or 8 golds. How empowering that all of them are going into the goal of that dangling on that line towards diamondhood. And all of those people who are users today, they actually can surpass me and you any minute. Because there are people who've done it. And you know how I've done it and how they've done it? They cut the vision, they told me. They cut the vision. Just like I had to catch the vision of grasping on the other rope. Otherwise, I'm sliding down because I cannot hold on any longer. I mean, how long can you hold on a lifeline? Not for long. So you have a decision to make. Either grasp the higher up, although it's difficult like heck. It was so challenging, guys. And I didn't cry. And I discovered how much strength I really have in my upper body. I was so proud of myself for actually not letting it go, but going up and really grasping and hearing the cheers from the down and the cheering from the up and everybody telling me that I've got it. And I didn't feel I've got it, but I've got it. I've got it. So trust me, trust another person in our organization that you've got it. You've got it. And next year, the diamond trip is to Seville, Spain. And I have to tell you the significance of Spain. When I got pregnant with Daniel, our younger child, who is 16 now, we made a decision to go to Spain, Malaga, which is not far from Seville, and we called it our last freedom trip. And it's not that kids take your freedom away, but in a way they do. You don't do the stuff you did before. You have to adapt to a new situation. And we were supposed to fly on September 15, and September 11 happened. Nothing was flying. Needless to say, we never made it to Spain till today. So that was supposed to be our last freedom trip. And guess what? This truly is next freedom trip. And the freedom is not in the money, although it really is. The freedom is in the choices that we can make. I can make a choice to go into a restaurant and tip the waiter the 10 or 15 or 20%. Or I have the freedom of tipping them $100 and watch their face light up You have the freedom to actually leave everything behind. Take 2 suitcases, not because you are immigrating, but because you are moving from one place to another. You have the freedom of picking your friends and being with people who really love you and adore you. And you have the freedom of not looking back at those who don't understand you. And it's not being mean. It's having a choice. The choice that starts with, I am making a decision to share today, not because I'm gonna be a diamond or royal or whatever the rank will be. I am having that because I care about that person, that they are gonna have the same using experience as I do. I tell you guys, being treated as royal, it's humbling, even when you feel like royal. The experience of actually battling your own northern black spruce, okay, or from the harvest, or playing in the chips, literally again like kids. And you know, our internet got slow at the end, so we did not post the last day of the farm, and we will today or the next few days, because sometimes when you come back, duties call. Or getting the goodies. I mean, that was just unreal. But guess what? I am your diamond. And I'm making a choice of shining as a diamond. And I purchased already Savvy brushes. I was blessed with new brushes that we received, although I have them. I'm gonna actually raffle off in Polish group and in English group, okay? So you'll get 2 sets of brushes, but that's not all. And I'm gonna raffle that off for you. And if you have it, then you will raffle it off to your people. So I am gonna make a post, or maybe Agnes would help me because she's great with that. I want to have a post how your life got changed because of how I chose to lead our group. You are gonna have 1 entry, so please make sure if you need to make changes, go back to your original post, do edit because you can, and write out in 1 paragraph, 1 word, or 5 paragraphs. It does not make any difference. You are gonna write out how your life has changed because of what I'm doing on a daily basis. And it's not just Young Living, it's really every one of us. So I really want that. So you are gonna be numbered just like we did before, and we are gonna raffle off that. But that's not it. Because we got 2 of each, we are also gonna raffle these off. And if we are gonna have a lot of you, oh my goodness, guys. If we are gonna have a lot of you, then perhaps we are gonna break that in smaller quantities in a little bottle, okay? Because I really want to keep 1. But the other one we are gonna raffle off. But that's not it. We are gonna have posts up to your nose now, okay? Or up to your ears, okay? We also want to have a post. How would, or what product that you could have today, how would you share the product to change somebody's life? And the products that you will name, we are gonna actually pick. Again, it's gonna be a raffle. And I'm gonna send you the product, and it doesn't matter where you are, if you are in US, or in Philippines, or on the moon, okay? It's gonna be a raffle open to all of you and your downline, okay? It's not just about you. So through the number generator, you're gonna get picked, and that product is gonna be shipped to you. Okay? All I really wish for is for us to succeed. Succeed does not mean being rich. Succeed is being free to do what you choose to do. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I so appreciate you. I so appreciate that you follow us, that you are excited for us, that you see it's possible. And many of you are just where we were, but it's possible, guys. We are showing you the way how to do this. And you don't have to use my language, but take the footsteps your way. One step at a time. Either 20 feet drop or 55 feet up or 55 meters down under the mountain and crying and being vulnerable. I really wish to empower you. That's why we are doing this in a group. Otherwise, I could have asked you to do this in my personal message. No. Personal message is that it's personal, but it's hiding. And nothing happens in hiding. And nothing happens inside of your comfort zone. Nothing. But then you get to fly on the private jet. And let me tell you about private jet. You know the BS we have to go through the TCA and the water and the liquids and all of that. Guess what? When you have a private jet, you get out your car, you grab your suitcase, and there you go. Nobody checked your liquids. Nobody checked nothing. You just go. And you know what, guys? When we are flying back from Calgary, we were so excited about the whole trip. There we go through the TCA with our big suitcases. Do you know they didn't notice? They did not notice we have this big 50-pound suitcase with us. I was like, oh wait, there's the belt that we have to put the suitcase. Oh my gosh, we didn't check our bags yet. They didn't even notice. But yet we are supposed to feel safe, right? The thing is, next year, we can go as a group to Seville, Spain, celebrating what feels like unbelievable and unachievable. Who is with me? Who is with me? Who is with me? And don't be afraid to say me. Don't be afraid to say I'm going. Don't be afraid to actually declare I am the diamond that I'm designed to be. And yes, I will do it. Thank you, Ruta. Thank you. I so appreciate that. We can do this even if it says right now, if every bone in your body says, oh my God, I'm so scared. There you go. Yes, Aneta. Yes, Heidi. Yes, Petra. Ruta. And Babette Alvarez, yes. And Annette, yes. Let's go. Let's do. Let's experience this as a group, as this beautiful group of people that we are. And we are here for a reason. Remember that. If you feel I'm too tough, hell, I was designed like that, so you would hear those words. And either you're ready or not, just grasp it, just hold on, just grab that rope and follow me because it's there. Yes, perfect place for us. So let's do that. Yes, Anya. But you know what that means? You know what that means? You know what that means? That means you cry and you do it. That means you are scared and you do it. That means it's really scary and dark and cold. It was cold. It was like in a freezer. If I was sitting too long over a stone, I felt it on my tush. Well, thank God, because I have bruises there. So it probably got some relief. And we can do this. Yes, and Ilona, yes, you know what that means? We better get to work, people. We better have those meetings after meetings, although you're tired. Yes, and guess what? That's what it takes. But this business is no different than any other business, except the reward is just not matching any business. And I've been to different businesses, including my own. Just do it. Yes, just do it. No excuse. You can have excuses, but just overcome them. And I don't care. When I call a meeting, guys, I want you there. And it does not make any difference whose birthday it is, whose wedding it is. Your only excuse is if you yourself are in a hospital. That's what it takes. And that's what can be done. And it is possible. And you know what? After this caving experience, I thought everything is going to hurt. Nothing did. And my bruises went away very quickly. I did put on the bruises, not on my arms. I put on the bruises the Cool Azul gel. Who knew? It works for that. It's just wonderful. Yes, thank you, Aneta. Yes, your life already changed now. Yes, and you know, sometimes when we are where we are, it's so challenging to see how it really changed. But when you sit quietly for a minute and you look back, you will notice how you changed your life, and more importantly, how you changed the life of others. Because that's the real change. And I'm gonna finish with the farm yet. I've been to many farms, as you know, and every farm I go to, one common denominator is the employees working there, how humble and grateful they are. On this farm, there was Frank. Wonderful guy. The gratitude that he expressed for having the farm, gratitude expressed to us. Fort Nelson is a small town in the middle of nowhere. This winter they had 52 negative in the winter. 52 negative people. And he said, you know, ever since the gas left us, and I guess there was another oil there, it's not any longer, there's no jobs. Many people left. And he said, you know what, guys? You could have actually chopped the trees down and take them somewhere to distill. But Gary Young chose to build a distillery there. So you guys are making a difference for this community, because we have the distillery and we got to see the process again and again. We actually stamped the chips. It's so much fun. You will see in my video. So fun. For them, he said, you know, because we know that we create a partnership, we don't come just to work. We are part of you. And this guy looked into your eyes and said, when I look into your eyes, I see your soul and I see your heart. And you see the same thing in me. We don't have to know each other, but just the look tells me absolutely everything. And you know, guys, I shared with him my grandson's story. I showed him the pictures so he would know what they do and the quality they provide has that outcome. He cried. He was not the only one, because I chose to show to all the employees so they would know what they do, how it affects us in a field. So I'm so proud to say that we have wonderful people working for us. They are giving their hearts and their soul to assure we have the quality that we do, and seeing that again in the middle of nowhere, how they take care of each batch and how this really is designed to assure the quality. I don't believe in those oils, guys. I know. And I really pray that we all have a chance to look in Gary's eyes at the convention. Because once you look in his eyes, you'll know. You'll see his soul. And I'm sorry he's going through hardships, but we all do. And then we prevail, right? Between now and convention, I invite you to meditate and pray for the healing energy for our beloved Gary. He needs us. He's doing great progress. I tell you, when I learned that he isn't well, I cried so uncontrollably. And Dr. Winker came up to me. He hugged me and he said, Kate, Gary is really doing great progress. So that was so good. You know, if you are not planning on going to convention, I hope you do. Because this is the legacy that we are here to preserve. You and I. Not just the diamond. I'm going to convention before I even re-enrolled. I went to convention in Minneapolis in September and I got my kid in November, guys. There is no excuses. And, oh, Agnes, are you taking notes? Because I want to do one more drawing. As the diamond, I get a table for the gala. And one of you is gonna win it, okay? But you have to go to convention, okay? That's the first thing. So one of you is gonna win it. And I'm gonna be creative. What do you have to do to win that spot at the table? This year, unlike any others, nobody can buy into that gala. It's just diamonds. Why? Probably because it's so many of us already, and the room can only hold so many. So you have no chance of getting into the gala except a personal invitation by your diamond. So we are gonna be creative and get one of you there. So you will know ahead of time. You are getting the ticket for free. You will know that ahead of time. So you will have the dress and take it with you, okay? Oh my God. Well, each group is gonna get that. So yes, the prices, oils from farm, yes. And one product that you will tell me that would change how you build business if you had, because perhaps you're starting and perhaps money is really an issue and you don't have that product. But if you got that product, and I'll buy that for you, okay? Thank you, guys, and see you soon. For those of you who are just joining, I invite you to watch this again. I feel it's a very important call, so please join us again. Thank you. Have a great day. Yes, thank you.